Welcome to another edition of Racetalk Live TV, produced by David Chevria at the studios of Salina Media Connection. Hosts tonight, of course, Bill Gritt and Bob Potts. Bob, you put together another fantastic show.
Thanks.
Have some birds in the house. We'll introduce them here in a minute.
Yeah.
We are going to dedicate this show in memory of Kayla Phillips. Kayla unfortunately passed away on Thanksgiving Day this year, and she was interned into rest on Jerry Phillips' dad's birthday. Pillars of racing in the community, have been in the sport for a long time, and
it's going to be tough for Jerry and Raven and the family, I know, and so hopefully we can put on a fun little show here and bring some happiness to them.
You brought what'd you bring out here and put right here? A hoodie?
Yeah, got one of Jerry's. Thanks to Fred Serrault, he hooked me up with one of Jerry's hoodies, so I thought I'd hang that up. Thought it'd be kind of cool.
And if you think that we just sit here and put this show together, Bobby thought about all this while he was laying in bed last night. So.
Yeah. I went down and went through all of my shirts, and I'm going to have to hit Jerry up for a shirt because I don't think I couldn't find one.
You've got one of everybody's except for me.
You know, I went through all of my stuff down there, and remember Rob Moroso?
Yeah.
Had found one of his shirts. I found a bunch of Delbert Smith shirts, but no Jerry Phillips.
Well, you're going to have to get one.
Going to have to hit Jerry up.
I'm sure he'll find one somewhere.
You know, it's kind of sad because Jerry called me about a month ago and was looking for some gray aluminum. Said him and Kayla had talked, and Jerry was planning on hitting another full season and maybe then calling her quits. And so now with Kayla gone, I'm not real sure if he's going to pursue that, or I need to get with him and find out. But I hope he does.
I hope he does. He's got well over 100 wins.
He does.
Still plays with that six-cylinder from time to time. I wish he'd give that up. But that's my thoughts.
He told me when I talked to him. He says, I know I'm going to have to give up on the six-cylinder. I'm going to have to build me a V8, and so I think he was going to get kind of serious about it and, try to hit her one more summer. So hopefully he does. I hope he does.
Jerry's another one of those guys that's been involved in racing for forever. Of course, he has Phillips Machine Works.
Yep.
And helped me out years ago when I was racing. And, I asked him one time, I broke an engine, and I asked him, I said, I need to fix it. And I said, how would you fix it? And he laughed. And he said, you don't want to fix it the way I'd fix it.
Yeah.
Said, we'll do it a different way.
Jerry, he's been all about the racers. I mean, he, tries to help them out and get them by the best way they can. And I helped him for one summer, with his car and stuff. And had a lot of fun traveling with them. And, go to miss Kayla.
So, Bob, you're building bodies and stuff in the off season now?
Yeah, a little bit. Tinkering with them a little bit. So
if anybody needs any sheet metal work, get hold of you, aluminum. Listen, sponsors on tonight's program. This is something I didn't know about. It happened tonight. I don't know if you can see this. I'll turn it towards the camera so maybe you can get a picture of it. Maybe you can't. This is Flat Out Photography. And every guest is going to get a copy of one of those with our logo and their stuff on it. The rest of the sponsors tonight, of course, Flatlands Media, that's Dave Chivry again, BSB Manufacturing, and we want to thank Salina Speedway for furnishing the banner tonight. And we're going to do this up until May, so we'll have 5 more shows, correct? Is that what we talked about?
I think you added one on. I thought we talked about April, but May would be good too.
I think we'll go to May.
Okay.
Yeah, we just decided that.
All right.
So
you guys want to come back in May?
We'll come back again.
So the guests tonight, and I have Allison Bird. Raise your hand. That'd be me.
Here, let them do it, Alan.
Okay, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Your car number and.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I'm Allison Bird, and I drive the 04.
04. What kind of car you got?
Dodge Neon.
Dodge Neon.
I'm Amber Bird, and I drive the 4, and I have a Dodge Neon as well.
Okay.
I'm Austin Bird. I drive 24, and it is Chevy Cavalier.
Okay.
And I'm Art Bird, the mechanic and sponsor of these 3 kids, but we do have a 4th one that could not make it tonight.
You guys just say we're missing one.
Yeah, we are missing one. She had finals and could not make it. So hopefully one of these days she'll make plenty of money and she can buy her own car.
So what, are they all the same car? Are they different cars? What do you have going on here, Art?
Well, we can't play favoritism here.
No?
No. Oh no, if one gets faster than the others, Dad's cheating and playing favoritism. We can't do that. So all of them are Dodge Neons. We did put Austin in a Cavalier. Thought, well, that's a car that maybe he couldn't mess up. Well, he proved us wrong on that one. But they are all about the same year, 97 to 99s, and they all seem to be very competitive.
Okay, so we had you guys on the radio. Was that this summer?
No.
I think it was just this summer. Okay, and at that point, you guys were having some serious engine troubles. Did you get all that taken? Why are you pointing at Amber?
I haven't blown a motor up yet.
Okay, so you guys have got that situation kind of taken care of.
Yeah. I think it was my turn this year though, because I definitely blew one.
Well, and also I was gonna ask you about the Mid-America Clash. I was gonna ask you about you and them great big tires.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I mean, like they're painted. What are they? Well, I can't remember. Are they white or yellow?
Sometimes I think I just forget how to drive.
What color? What color are
Yellow.
They get in your way.
They're definitely yellow.
they? And they're like bigger than your car.
And my car just bounces right through them. They don't affect it at all. So if anybody else wants to try it, it's fine.
They are not bolted down.
No, they're not, and I'm thankful they're not.
So you ended up taking out the tires, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Allison, you ran second, or was that your sister?
I think you were running second. Pretty much. She's the conservative one.
She's a conservative
yes.
one. She
When
takes
everybody
care of-
else, she stays out of the wrecks and
She
crashes.
takes care of her stuff a little better than the rest of them. Okay.
Yes, she does.
And you have a guy that kind of helps you quite a bit. I think he's out in the Gallagher section tonight, right? Is he the one that changes all the engines for you?
He's the backbone, definitely.
Really?
His
Yeah.
name is Sheldon Apker. He does very well anytime we have something break. He's right there to fix it. Always steps up to the plate. And I don't know how many hours he's got fixing these engines, not to mention replacing the engines. I think last year we didn't go, 2 years ago we didn't go through any. And then this year, I think each one of them, except for Austin, went through 2 of them.
2?
Really?
I don't know what they do to them, but they just put that pedal down and just hold it there.
Well, we know if we break something, Sheldon's got our back. So.
The rev limiters are set, but I think they do something different, and it surpasses those rev limiters. I don't know.
So how many years you guys been doing this? Start down there with Austin. How many years you been racing
I've only
this?
been doing this 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
I've
And
been
Amber?
doing this quite some time, since I was at least 14. So.
14.
Yeah.
So you've been driving. You're the more experienced one, huh?
Almost 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Wow. And how about Allison? How many years you been racing?
This year was my 3rd year.
3rd year.
Yeah.
So you guys got any plans? Like to do like a hobby stock or a sport mod or something someday?
Sponsorships, I don't know.
I like my car.
You like your car? You like where you're at? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Ever since I had my son, I kind of think I'd rather just watch my siblings do it.
Oh,
I've
yeah?
done it for so long that I don't know. I like spending more time with him, I guess,
All right.
than anything.
Yep.
So.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So are you saying you may not race this year? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. We haven't really got,
About it.
yeah, I don't know. We don't know yet.
We've got,
Okay.
we do have five running cars, four competitive, and the one backup, which is stays right up there with the rest of them. If one does not run this year, I think we may have somebody else that's going to step up to the plate and be one more racer in the Bird family.
Mom? Anita?
Are you serious?
She is seriously
Mom's gonna
thinking about
race.
it. She's been to every race possible. She knows just as much about the sport. She sees everything behind the scenes, so I don't think there's any reason why she can't.
Well, that would be awesome.
and keep the girls in line. Austin, well, that's an everyday occurrence. But one more, if she decides to take the spare car and give the girls a run for their money, this ought to be a very interesting year.
What about you? Why don't you go out there and show them how it's done?
Because he already did.
I've already did. Took track champion in this class in 2015. Amber, of course, was pregnant that year, so I took her car, took track champion with it, made her mad.
It's funny because I told him, I was like, Dad, this is my year. It's going to win. I know it. And it did.
How many times did you win? Did you win races?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then once you take track champion, which is the best feeling in the world,
Sure.
you get to go to all the banquets and the stuff in Nebraska.
Did your cell phone by chance go off while you were at the banquet?
That wasn't me.
Just checking.
Definitely wasn't me. But no, someone's got to take care of these other cars, and just no time. I get more enjoyment out of watching them.
What got this all started?
Well, I'll be exactly honest how it got started. I had to have surgery on my arm. I built a race car, and about 30 days after that, we found out that my arms, I had bones fused together in my arms, which was making it tough for me to drive. So they decided to do surgery, which took 30 days on one arm, and they did surgery on the other, another 30 days. So I had a nice car that I couldn't race. Amber was 14 at the time and said, Dad, don't let that car just sit there. Let me get in there and drive. So we said, a girl driving at 14? We don't think that's possible. Well, the rules state that they can start at age 14, and stuck her in a car. She did not do very well. She never let off the accelerator. Going around the corners, she was faster than the other cars and would spin them out. And after the second time she spun them out, they black flagged her. Well,
Your first race, you got black flag.
she was devastated because
I didn't mean to. It's just, I'm not a mean person. I just didn't know what to do.
They were in your way.
they were in her way. And then we went and talked to the track officials afterwards, and they told her what she could and couldn't do because she wouldn't listen to me, so she's got to listen to the officials. But found out what she could and couldn't do, and what was it, next week or 2 weeks later, she came out and took her first place win.
Nice.
So, and after that, she was hooked, and then after that, when the other girls turned 14, they started, and then, like I said, 2 years ago, Austin turned 14, and now he's there too. And now Mom's jealous, and maybe she's going to step in a car. We're going to find out.
To be
Well,
continued.
we might have to get her over here after a bit, and we'll have her talk about that.
Yeah, we got a break coming up, so maybe we can put her on here. Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah. Think she can
Okay.
drive?
She's got a 2017 Camaro. And
You ride with her?
No. She did let me drive it once with her in it, and there was 7 raccoons going across the road, and I think I took out 3 or 4 of them.
Oh gosh.
And those Camaros don't sit very high up in the air.
No.
And it took out that front
Mess out
fiberglass.
the- oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
And I haven't driven it since. So, but I think she'd do very well in one of these cars. They say women are better drivers. I don't know, but I think Austin's going to do good this year. He's really stepping up to the plate. So
I was watching him there at the Clash, and yeah, you guys had her going pretty decent. You didn't get to race all that much this summer. They didn't have very many races on the schedule. What do we need to do to step up the car
we need to
count
get
a little bit?
more people involved in it. I mean, racing is an expensive sport, but it's the lower, supposedly entry level. And if anybody wants to get started in this sport, please come and see me. We've got all kinds of information we can give out to you, help you get started in this. We might even have a couple cars for sale if you're interested. But we'd love to get more people in this. The more people we get in this class, when I took track champion in 15, they said at the banquet that this is a fast-growing sport. I think other places are growing faster than Salina.
Yeah.
But each year we do show a increase in car count, and if that keeps increasing, I think Tommy's going to going to keep this class.
Get a few more on the schedule out.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Yep.
So a lot of people go out and do demolition derbies, but that's a one-time deal. Take
Yeah.
one of these compact cars, 4 cylinders, put a cage in it, put it out on the track. You'll have a lot more fun, and more than likely get to race it more often than just one time.
Right. Right.
So we need more people. We
Yeah.
need more people.
So, do you guys get involved as far as working on the cars?
We get.
I mean, what all? I don't know as far as the maintenance goes on a sport compact, but
Oil.
Well, if you don't wreck it, there
if you
ain't
don't
nothing
run into
There's
the
not that
big
much.
tires, you don't have to do any body
That too,
work,
that
right? Right.
Yeah.
But as far as probably kind of like a stock car. I mean, keeping the
Grease, oil, change.
water and
Yeah.
oil and everything up snuff. Yeah, and you can't rely on your cheap mechanic over here to do all of it, right?
No.
They either help out
Yeah.
or it don't get done. If we don't do 100% of work for them, if they don't put in the time, they don't race.
I see. Okay.
You want to tell them what happens when
Yeah, that happened.
when you don't pull your share of the weight, Amber? You want to elaborate on that one?
Well,
Uh-oh.
I don't really think I didn't help, but I'm also going to school, so it is a little tough.
Okay.
And
When you and your sister, yeah,
Count too.
when you and your sister were racing.
I'm pretty sure that I didn't realize that my battery wasn't up to full potential, and I came out in the heat, did really well, got a good spot in the feature, and my car wouldn't start right before we got it. I wasn't paying attention. I was watching the other cars, and I got out there, and they weren't focused on me because everybody else was already in the cars and they were gone. So that's how that worked out. And then I definitely
You
messed
got left
myself up
sitting,
in
huh?
points. So yeah, don't do that.
How did you guys do in points this year?
I ended up second again.
I got 4th.
You ended up 4th.
I don't remember how I got.
You took 6th, and
Ashton took fifth.
the middle
Or no,
sister
third,
took
third.
3rd. So we got a 2nd, 3rd, yeah,
Okay.
2nd, 3rd, and 6th.
Good.
2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th. There we go.
So you guys get nervous, Allison?
Yeah.
You get nervous before you go out, do you?
Really nervous.
Do you?
Yeah.
So then once you get to going, I mean, does it kind of go away, or
Yeah, after about...
or like you up on the wheel? Or you on the
Yeah, after about the first going, I'm like, my nervousness is gone. And then I'm just kind of mad because people just kind of hit me, and I just kind of, I can't. I'm not the strongest person, so it's just kind of hard to,
No power steering.
yeah. It's hard to control it, so I get kind of mad easy, and then always a good.
So what's going through your head on the starts? Say you're say you're starting like second row inside.
Usually when I start on the inside, everybody usually after turn 4, they usually try to go up on the higher side, so I try to shoot down low. That's mainly where my car likes it. That's where I
And them
Works
cars,
for her.
So,
It does.
yeah.
and a lot of times them cars don't like to turn very well.
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
No, my car, it's just, I don't know if it's just lighter than the rest, but I can take turns really sharp.
Yours
and it
turns better?
just-
She's got the smaller motor, but it seems to work for her. I don't know why she
Yeah.
can make that smaller motor do as good as her sister's bigger motors. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm pretty sure it took me about 10 laps to pass her one time.
Really?
Yeah, she put on a good fight. I'm proud of her. So
You know, a lot of times, with them cars being front wheel drive, you got to drive them different, I'm sure. And I think being underpowered, you need to keep them keep from turning the wheels all the way to the left when you're going around the corner, because that takes power away from them. And,
Yeah, they're harder to turn. You got both tires locked in, and they're just they're very, very tough to turn. We've had people driving the bigger cars, modifieds and stuff like that, and we'll let them take a few laps in our cars, and they say, we don't understand how you guys even drive these things.
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong on the rule. Do the tires have to be the same size?
Fronts do.
Fronts have to be the same size, so you can't try to get a smaller tire to make it turn better, right? But you can change them. Front to back doesn't have to be the same size.
Correct.
But side to side, they have to be the same size.
Both front tires got to be the same.
And
Both
both
back
back.
tires got to be the same.
Okay.
And while we're talking about rules, engine rules, is everything got to be pretty much stock in them? What
Everything
what
gotta
can
be
you
stock.
do?
Well, they're supposed to be as stock as possible. If you break something, yeah, you can fix it.
Okay.
But
No aftermarket.
yeah, no
performance
aftermarket
stuff.
anything. Basically, you strip them down, make them as light as possible. Just new ball joints and bushings, stuff like that definitely helps out, because if you don't do them and don't check them, what happens?
They break.
Tires fly off.
Yeah.
Who had a tire
Head
fly
to
off?
Nebraska, head to Missouri. Takes a couple days to find those tires.
Did you
Yeah.
ever find it?
Did you ever find that
We
tire?
found the tire. We just didn't find everything else.
Oh, you didn't find the brake calipers?
No.
Or,
So,
Where'd this happen at?
the Speedway.
Salina?
Yeah.
last-
Is that,
That
have you
happened-
raced anywhere else other than Salina?
I have. I don't even know how long it was.
Yeah,
Maybe
we've been-
4 years ago.
Nebraska.
We went to Mayetta. That was fun. That was probably one of the faster tracks we've been
RPM,
on.
we've been
Yeah,
there
RPM.
many times. With 4 cars, 4 kids, 4 trucks, 4 trailers.
Makes it kind of tough
Well,
to travel, don't
Yeah,
it?
yes it does.
Allison, don't let them give you a bad time about losing wheels, because if you lose the right wheel, a lot of times it don't slow you down, does it, Bill?
No, it doesn't. No, no.
Or Melanie. Melanie.
There's a picture of
Don't slow
Bobby's.
the cars down much, does it?
There's a picture of one of Bobby's cars with 3 wheels on it.
Yeah.
Actually did better.
Yeah, it went faster.
I know. Bobby's like, are you ever going to forget that?
Yeah. I caught a lot of grief about that for a long time, and then when I do now, I just get out the magazine and I show, look at the picture in the magazine we made, and got like best video for the year.
Yep. It
So
just so
that-
happens that you did it at the Super
So
Nationals
that-
in Boone,
No, it was at Marshall.
Marshalltown. That's
Yeah.
right. It was that week. Yeah.
So what a crazy thing to happen and turn into something like that. You guys ever have anything weird go on? I mean, like car fall off the trailer, get into the track, or
Amber's got the record for rollovers.
oh, you've been
I
upside
do.
down.
I actually
Nice.
have
How'd
quite
that
a
go?
Which time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you just kind of sit, when you know it's going to happen, you just kind of sit there and just like let it happen. It's just like, it's happening. You just let it go. And then I'm like, okay, I'm good. Let's go. All right. And then it doesn't go.
Because you're up on your roof.
So how'd
only
she
been
do
up there
that?
once.
Was
How did you do that?
Well, the very first time was not in my car. It was actually my boyfriend at the time's car.
that away, wreck somebody else's car.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's the way to
But I
do
ended
it.
up straightening something out in the back end, and so it worked out. It was fine. but yeah, that was on off the back stretch in Salina.
Nice.
Long time ago.
3 rolls. These cars roll very nicely.
Yeah.
Good thing is they roll back over and keep going.
So did you know you were, what, did you just slip off the back?
I don't know. I don't know if I hit a rut, and I really don't know. It's been
We'll
so
go
long
with
ago.
hitting a rut.
Yeah,
There
let's
you
go
go.
with that. I don't think there was anybody around me, so I don't want to say it was my driveway.
Was it like loud in there when it was happening?
Honestly, I don't remember much.
Really?
It just happened so quick that just blink of an eye. boom,
Didn't get
and-
hurt?
And
You're
you've
there
done
upside
it,
down, you're on top. Just, I don't know.
and you've done this twice now? 3 times?
I think 3.
In
I think it's been
3
about
times?
3.
Yeah.
3 times?
And I hit a wall pretty good
They don't move.
up in RPM. Yeah, no, they don't.
Or concrete blocks.
They
Did
definitely
that
don't.
hurt the car that time, Dad?
These cars have more new parts on them than cars on the street. AutoZone loves us. Yeah, they.
But actually, Austin should take the win for hitting the wall.
that
He
was
did a Dukes
concrete
of
wall.
Hazzard it.
yeah,
How'd you do that?
It's my first night without power steering and arms were weak, and because my first race I had power steering in my car, because we didn't have time to take it out, and so my second race we took power steering out, and I don't know what happened. I think I just hit a rut or something and lost control of the steering wheel, and went straight off the on ramp onto the track, and Dukes of Hazzard off of it and went right into a concrete
Oh,
block.
I was there that night. Yeah.
Darn right.
Literally just stopped him dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that was you.
That was him.
I remember that.
He got everybody on their feet, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Because we all had to scatter. Remember
Oh,
You
that?
I
should,
remember
see,
that.
you
Yeah.
should see the video that my mom
And
took
he was
of
going
that night.
fast.
I don't think I hit the brake.
No,
No,
I remember
definitely not.
that.
Hey, my car's straighter now than it was when we first had it.
yes.
Oh gosh. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
So now we're at Allison. You haven't been upside down or
I've been hit pretty hard, but
Just-
it haven't really been anything too bad. I haven't hit a wall yet.
yet? Better knock,
Yeah.
knock on wood. That's
Yeah.
plastic. Cheers, wood.
Cheers.
I lost my tire, but that's pretty much it. Nothing else.
Was it a right front?
Yep.
Is that a common problem with these cars, Art?
Lots of pressure put on those
Right
wheel
front.
bearings. Yeah.
What do you? How do you combat that? What do you do? What do you run? Maybe you don't want to tell us. What do you run for tire pressure in that right front?
Well, usually about 50, about
Kind
12.
of depends too.
Depends on
like,
how the track.
How the track is.
Sure.
If it's more tacky, we like to have it a little lower. A little more.
About 12.
Really, that low? You have a tube in there?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
Trust me, they don't come off. They don't come
They
off.
stay on.
They don't come off.
And everybody's mentioned no power steering. Why is that?
It,
We big cars like power steering.
Makes more power, right?
Takes
Yeah,
more
takes
power
Yeah.
to run the power steering.
it makes it, don't you like overcorrect?
Yeah, you can overcorrect if you have power steering.
By the end of the race, your arms are pretty wobbly, but I mean, you just got to hold on tight or else you're screwed.
You let go of that steering wheel.
You're taking off one way or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine sending Brian out with no power steering and his modified?
Oh, gee, he's
You'd be in-
he's a big baby. He'd
You'd
come
be in trouble.
He'd come in whining. Yeah.
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 And he's lost power steering out there, right?
Yeah.
And he comes in and lets you know, right?
Yeah, he gets all paranoid about where he has to put his steering wheel on the same place, which, I mean, it's a good idea because if you ever get hit in the wheels or something, you know if your front end's bent because your steering wheel's crooked. But
Does he have a piece of tape on his steering wheel?
no, but he knows where the spokes are supposed to be, and yeah.
Do you guys have tape on your steering wheel straight up?
I do, usually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea.
But I'm not as particular, I guess he probably
You
is.
can't judge that on our cars. Every once in a while it's straight, and then you hit the wall or you hit somebody else and it goes the other way.
It'll be a little
Then you-
crooked.
Next corner you
Well-
hit somebody, it goes back the other way.
The first time with the new car, I was going and I don't know, it didn't match up with the thing. And during the race, I literally pulled my steering wheel off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was really
That's
scary.
not a good idea.
No. Luckily, I found it perfectly and was
You
right
got it
able to
back
turn,
on?
but- yeah, I got it back on. But I had to pull off because there's no way. It still didn't stay on because I pulled
It
it off
didn't get
again.
all
But
the way on.
after I was straight again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good habit to get into is pull on that wheel before you.
Yeah. I do it every now.
Usually
Every
you
time.
do that before the start of the race, though.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a good
I did,
idea.
and then I don't know. I don't know. I must not have pulled on hard enough. I don't know.
Here's the procedure, okay? I go out on the racetrack. I'm retired now, but I go out on the racetrack, get the car straight, pull back on the wheel, make sure it's latched, then we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Before the green flag flies.
Just not
That
sure
just
what
doesn't work that way?
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened that night.
You're getting a checklist with that at the very top.
Yeah. Check
Well, I
to
do
make
that
sure the wheel's on.
Yeah, every time now I do that. That's for sure.
So, I want to talk to the rollover queen. Obviously, the cars are built pretty safe. You guys got
Yeah.
good seats and
We do. We do. Is it
Good roll cages.
where did we get them done?
Jet.
Jet? Yeah.
Jet out of
okay.
Nebraska.
Beatrice, Nebraska. Builds all the roll cages for us. I can weld, but I don't trust my welds with my kids in.
Yeah. No, that's
So,
probably
It's one thing that you
pretty important.
we do spend a little money on is the safety of the cage, which hers definitely proved it. We've seen other towns where other people that have rolled these cars and just, it's just not a pretty sight. You've got
Yeah.
to have a good roll cage and a good welder, and they make very good roll cages. So very happy.
Good. Full containment seats. Are you guys wearing neck braces or what all?
Yep.
We got one driver's side
One headrest,
one headrest.
then you wear neck braces and stuff on. Okay.
Yep.
The other side, you're just like this far away from the edge of the car. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Who gets? Oh, you first.
No,
Oh,
go ahead.
Who gets the first new car?
Oh yeah.
Ashley,
Well, the
That's
picture
the
of
new
this
one.
car here, I was wondering, man, it hasn't looked that good in a long time.
Now, who drives that one there?
Ashland does.
Ashlyn,
Ashton does. Okay.
she's done okay with it. I wish there's a few more modifications we can do. Racing's always a learning experience. You always find something that you can do or tweak or modify later. But Amber's running the oldest car. That's probably been what, 4 years on that car?
spare
Yeah.
car we've had for a while.
Yeah, the spare car, we've had it for about five years.
But
So-
it's, like I said,
so
only
there's a
let
lot
me
to
down.
do.
So they're all different colors, so to speak. Who picks the colors?
Oh, all of us. You pick your own cars.
You picked your own
Pick your own
colors.
colors.
Yeah, see, I had this. The reason why mine looks the worst was because I had this great idea that I was going to, since my son loves Lightning McQueen, I was going to paint it Lightning McQueen, but you see, that never happened. So now it's
So we
just
got painted black. We're done.
yeah.
It looks like yours looks like it's kind of got some dents there around
He's
the right
gonna-
front. Is that from like rolling it over or something?
I haven't rolled this one, actually.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've
that's
rolled,
a
I
spare
think.
He's going to have to start liking like Darth Vader or something. Like black. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who has the best looking car?
Probably Ashland.
Austin.
Oh, Austin says
How
he
come
does.
Austin
like
says
mine.
he does?
Really?
I like mine. Dude.
Well, they're really not much different.
Mine's still the original paint job from when it was a street car.
Yeah, that is still the street
Yeah.
car paint. We didn't paint yours.
We just slapped some numbers on it.
Numbers on it.
Which color's yours?
Mine's red. Mine's the one on the way back.
Way back there? Okay.
That's the original paint job. And
I'm colorblind, so
He's
I'm
the
trying
one-
to figure out which one's which. So.
That was before the front end got smashed.
Yes.
Oh, that was.
no, that is after actually.
Is that really after
That's
that picture? Really?
Is it?
Yes, that's after because you can see the front end bent a little bit down. That was from Ashland taking it to Hayes.
Are you sure that's even the same car?
Good job fixing that.
I feel like you're really...
Yeah.
You must have some pretty good mechanics.
Yeah. Who fixed that one for you?
Oh, shoot.
So, I know we kind of touched on this, but and any desire to drive anything else? Have you tried anything else? I know sponsorship's tight, and so with 4 cars.
My first year I drove a Cavalier, and then after that one it blew up. So
I blew it up.
yeah.
I blew the train.
Awesome.
She blew the motor, and I blame.
Wait a
blew the
minute. I
transmission.
remember a story where one didn't have oil in it. Is that right? Austin, what'd you do?
I don't remember.
You do too.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember putting it in there. So
You,
obviously
you didn't put the oil back in it?
It was water.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
was.
water.
You're right.
So I checked the
We
oil.
did put water in it. That's what
That's
it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water
You
goes
know-
in the radiator.
Yeah, and they have to have water to cool them so that they stay running, right?
I don't have gauges, any gauges in my car, so I run and I race, and I don't worry about anything else.
Could you smell it?
No,
Probably not. He can't smell. He's got
I got bad allergies.
sinuses.
I'll use that.
Oh, that's a good one.
But he did see the steam and smoke and heard the loud noise. So
And he probably kept going as much as he could.
Still at her to the floor,
Probably.
huh?
that's why we have a mechanic.
What happened to your car, Mid-America Cloud? It slowed way down.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if it
Electrical
overheated
short or something.
I had a couple problems earlier with the starter wire, but I don't know if that was it or if
Huh.
just gave up.
Never did find nothing, huh?
I don't know. My siblings were beating me, and I'm like, okay, there's definitely something wrong with that then, because that doesn't happen very often. But I'm proud of them. They did really good. I was impressed that.
So, have you worked on it since then to figure out what's wrong with it?
Honestly, I think I don't.
You didn't, I did.
Did you find anything wrong with it?
Sheldon and I, we before we put them all away in the storage, we made sure they were all running and ready to go for next year. So, unless someone wants to buy them and we can build new cars,
There you go.
might be an
But,
idea.
back to your question, though, I really think it'd be fun to just try something upper class.
Yeah. You think these things are
Me and
expensive?
Ashley can share.
What would you think? What would you like to try?
Nothing too crazy, just a hobby. I wouldn't go with probably any more than that.
Just gotta get used to
I
that
think it'd be fun.
rear wheel.
Yeah, they would be
It's
fun.
a learning experience. Come on, Brooke did really good.
Yes, she
did.
does.
She
She
did.
does.
She got a lot of seat time.
Dad's calculating in his brain already.
Yeah.
The funds.
Yeah. There's one hobby
You guys can
stock.
go to
Now we
that
got
house.
2.
And then
Yeah,
three,
the
then
three,
four, and then
Yeah.
if Mom wants
And
to
then
drive,
Mom's
there's
gonna get a
5.
hobby.
Yeah, yeah. And then he's gonna have to build a trailer.
Oh, geez, yeah. Trailer.
You have to get a toter with a stacker.
I bet we could find you a trailer to haul them all.
There's been a lot of people coming up and wanting to sell me their trailers, and I just got a better idea. We'll just sell all the cars. We won't have to have a trailer. But what fun would that
Then
be?
you won't have any fun.
Yeah. But
How many races did you guys run last year? Do you know?
I think
5.
6 or 7.
7.
That's it?
7.
Is that all that was on the
A
schedule?
lot got rained out. We'll put it that way.
Like
I
two.
don't know how many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only one that got
I think we had
rescheduled.
seven on the schedule, but couple
Yeah.
got rained out.
Two.
So.
Two got rained out,
something
and they
like
just
that.
couldn't put us back in.
We was talking about that the other night, how, the guys go out and travel all over the country and, and running for national points and all that. And I know the guy, for instance, was Brandon Gonkrite, was going for, he was trying to go for regional rookie of the year and state points and all that. And I think he ended up running like 53 shows, maybe, not quite that many. But the year that I was helping Curtis in the sport mod that he won the state points, we ended up running 76 races
That's a lot.
in one summer.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of traveling.
And the hard part about this area is, and we've talked about this before, unfortunately, we race under the IMCA banner here predominantly.
Yep.
We do have a class or two that races here that aren't covered by that,
Yep.
but the guys in Iowa can race almost every night of the week.
Right. And where I was going with that was when you was talking about the rain. I mean, there was so many nights that Brandon, for instance, traveled clear across the state and got rained out.
Rained out.
I mean, there was a lot of nights he got rained out, and we happened to just hit it on a year that it was dry and didn't have no rain, and we was able to get in
All the shows.
70 some races. Yeah, so that's a lot.
And it's hard in our area because we're limited to Friday, Saturday, and there's not very many Sunday tracks
Not many
anymore.
Sundays. No. We did it last summer. It was good to see Waukene
Open back up.
and ran a few shows. I hope they get that figured out and are able to race this summer. So that'd be good. But Art, you've been in this sport a long time. Is there like something you'd like to see in the class that needs to be changed, or something you'd like for 'em?
Like I said, I'd like to see more but bring their kids out and get involved. There's a lot of sports. You got your basketball and your football, and you got sports like that. But racing's a sport too. You might have some kids that don't like basketball or football or wrestling or school sports. This is a sport that a family can get involved in and do it in the summer. Just like my kids here, they've for the most part, if you've got a decent engine in one, you can run a car 4 or 5 years. Sometimes, you don't have to do nothing to that car. Like I said, that one's 5 years old.
Keep
You can
water in it.
Keep water in it.
Don't wreck it.
Yes, keep it out of the wall. But you can use that car for a long time.
Okay, Austin, do you play any other sports?
I do wrestling.
You do wrestling?
Wrestling?
Okay.
I just do
Cheer, anything?
cheer.
I'm throwing some options out.
I
You play mom.
I love softball, and I just do like a rec kind of sports just around Salina. So
I just play softball.
You play softball
Yeah.
at school?
Yeah, at school and a traveling team.
Traveling team in the summer?
Yeah.
Does that conflict with your racing stuff?
Sometimes, yes.
So which one do you pick?
Racing. 'Cause
Really?
Car is there, the suit is hanging right beside there. She gets out of the sport and jumps in
Yeah.
the suit.
And away you go.
Usually our traveling team tournaments are like 2 days, so I'll just miss Friday night and then
Just a
I'll come
little
back on
bit, yep.
Saturday.
Cool.
Who, just because I know where there's a fire suit that stands up on its own, who does your laundry on your fire suits?
I don't think I've cleaned mine yet.
That's the one.
For some reason, that didn't
That's what that
surprise me.
smell is in the shop.
Hey, it smells like grease and oil. I don't like it. Probably still in the racing trailer.
So yours probably isn't a fire suit, it's a wick.
His legs are straight.
Probably. We don't really wash them though very often, to be honest.
Allison just got a new racing suit a few days ago. You want to tell them where you got that one?
Oh, we went to watch a NASCAR race, and they had a little raffle thing, and they,
For
My-
Menard's car.
yeah, and my dad actually won it, and it actually fit me.
Really?
It was a little tight, but other than that, it fit.
Whose race suit was it, John?
Paul. Oh,
It wasn't Paul's. It was one of the other rookie drivers that raced for
Sure.
Brandon.
Yeah,
Brandon Jones.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, and she won his suit, and they took a lot of pictures, and was very excited that she won it because she she fit in it. So
Nice.
There's NASCAR does sell those suits too. There's a guy that sells those. Like a sponsor will come on board with the team for one race.
Yes.
So they have to change all their fire suits and stuff, and even crew suits.
Is that where Ryan got his?
That's where Ryan got his.
Okay.
Yeah, I argued with him and his mom about the size of that suit. That's the one he wears now is not the one that somebody originally ordered. When it came, it didn't fit him, and I was like, told you. But again, I was wrong. So, but yeah, that's where Ryan got his. And for a racer, it's very affordable protection. That's very good protection. You can't
Yeah,
you
they're
can't
probably
buy
good.
that suit.
They're good suits.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I believe it's Race Image, something like that. RaceImage.USA
You know, those-
or something.
The fire suits are, you look at prices and stuff, you think, gosh, them are expensive. But your car catches on fire.
You're gonna want
How
that
expensive
quality.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That reminds, do you run fuel cells and stuff in these, or what do you use for
these
fuel
you
cells?
can if you want to. We do not. We just use the stock tanks and then of course protective shields underneath them.
Okay.
But they are the stock tanks. Some people think they get a better advantage if they use the fuel cells in the back because you can position them on one side or the other.
Yeah.
But
And these cars are primarily fuel injected, so then you have to put a pump in the tank
Correct.
that carries the pressure.
correct.
So, okay.
Yep. More work. Mm-hmm. If it's an advantage or not, we can't see too much. So that's why we do not.
Less work.
Less work. There
Unless
you go.
you tear it off like Allison's.
Yeah, if you
She's had to
hit something and rip the plate off the underneath something.
That wasn't my fault. Elliot was the one that was putting on the trailer. It was just fine before.
Oh, it happened going on the trailer?
Yeah.
We use construction dump trailers. Actually, it's kind of handy because if the girls don't get their cars out fast enough, I just hit the button, I just dump them out.
They just roll right off, huh?
So, but, yep, multi-purpose.
So are you in charge of getting cars to the track, or do they haul
If
their own?
we- She's usually in sports, but we like I
usually
said,
help each other out.
if they don't get them ready, Dad don't do it. They'll sit right there.
He
so.
doesn't. He's definitely not lying.
He's not
He's
lying.
not lying. They will sit.
And we help out our brothers and sisters when they're not around.
That was definitely the toughest thing for me. You know, I was like the first one to ever do it, and then when Ashley came in, I'm like, I'm not helping her. Are you kidding me? Get my own stuff.
When
I
her
got knocked off that pedestal pretty quickly.
her and her sister Ashlyn, they were racing, and one, Amber did better than Ashlyn. Ashlyn's car broke down somehow, and they both came into the pit. Amber was very excited that she did so well, and went up in the stands and just left me and her brothers and sisters to fix the broken car. And she was in heaven upstairs and not paying attention and not helping the rest of it. So she went back into the pits to go out for the feature race. And for some reason, her car didn't start because Dad yanked some wires off. And she said, Dad, we're lining up.
really
I need to
did.
get out there. And I said, we race as a family. We all help each other. If we're not going to race as a family, we're not going to race.
That's exactly how it went.
And she never went out to the A feature. Mom was saying, hey, where's the girls at? I said, well, the one car we didn't get running, and for some reason, Amber's just broke. It wouldn't start for some reason. So I'd rather that be a lesson, and we haven't had any problems since, have we?
No. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to have a little structure.
So what's going to happen if the other AB in the family gets a car?
Well, I know who's probably priority because I have to go home with her. So. That would probably be the first one loaded, and ready to go. So I'm sorry, Austin, how it goes down the line.
So, are you going to make her work on the car with you like you do them?
She better.
Well, I like eating, so I'll work on the car. She'll work on
She'll
supper.
feed you?
Yes.
Fair trade.
We're going to have, yeah,
She's
gonna have to
coming
come
up.
in.
She
She's
doesn't
gonna
know.
be good.
This is a 2-segment show, folks. So
Yeah.
we're about 10 minutes away from a break, and we'll see if we can get Mom up here. This ought to be a treat. So we have one in school. What is she studying? Do you know?
Vet.
Pre-vet.
Vet.
Vet.
Okay.
You veterinarian.
You?
I'm studying speech language pathology right now, and I'm applying for grad school as we speak. So
There you go.
yeah,
And you just got back from
I did. I
Hayes
just got back
school?
from 4 of the 6 finals that I have. So
Nice. Well,
yeah.
thanks for making it.
Yeah.
What's your desires after high school?
I'm in it, working on cars.
That's what you're gonna do.
What grade are you in?
Sophomore.
Okay.
10th.
You had to think about that?
Yeah.
That means he's probably not going to graduate.
Next year when you're sitting up here, I hope you say one more grade. Not the same one.
And
So what do you want to do after high school?
I want to go to college for radiology.
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 Okay.
Wow. That'd be cool. Wish you all luck in all that.
Thanks, I need it.
I never made it that far.
I'm already good at what I do, so.
And Dad is Artbird with Artbird Construction.
Yes, roofing and remodeling.
Roofing or what?
Roofing and remodeling.
Roofing and
Do
remodeling.
almost everything.
Okay. Phone number?
cars.
How do people get a hold of you?
Yes, like I said, we do almost everything. It's one-stop shopping. It'd be 785-493-2785. Windows, doors, siding, full remodels, just anything that you could possibly need. We do it all.
So Austin, you work for Dad?
Though in summer, yeah.
Okay.
In school, I work at Orscheln's right now.
Oh yeah? Cool.
My first ever actual job outside of him.
Oh
A
yeah?
little different, yeah.
Yes,
what
sometimes
did you-
working for family, you don't like that very much, but it's a good experience.
Have the girls helped you at all during the summertime?
That's
Yes,
all I used to do.
They hate coming home from college.
You put them to work, huh?
Yes, I do.
Carrying shingles up on the roof? Is that it?
We have a shingle elevator, so they don't have to do that anymore.
But do they have to stack it on the elevator?
They do stack them.
Does he pay good?
Yeah. Bobby
Yeah,
may be
car
looking
parts.
for a job. Car parts.
Car parts. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, fuel, always
yeah.
fuel. Why does everything take fuel?
I need a
could go.
Tesla. That's what I need.
We need a Tesla? Tesla race cars? Well, that might be
Well,
in the
not a
future.
race car, but I mean a Tesla.
So
Kind of cool.
we've got a few minutes left in this segment. I'm not second guessing anybody here, but as long as people tried to kind of commingle these cars a few years ago, and that didn't seem to help, did it?
No, they put two classes together that was not the same rules for both cars. Trust me, we tried to do the same rules that they did, and they shut us down very quickly.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
just
we tried to run hood scoops in our 4-cylinders, and they didn't like that very well. They said, you come back with those next week, and
I mean,
you won't be,
I
we'll shut
remember
you down.
keeping competitive with a couple of them, but I mean, there was a couple that I'm like, there's no way I'm ever going to catch those people. Not with my little thing.
Now, there's some guys that come down out of Nebraska that race with you every once in a while that are pretty doggone
They
fast.
definitely are.
Yes, they seem to be a little bit ahead of our cars, but with them coming down here, we're seeing what they're doing, and we're gonna make some modifications this year. And come on down, let's race again.
Have you been to the Super Nationals and watched the Sport Compacts run there?
No, we haven't, but
We've watched them a couple times on
we watch
Facebook.
on Facebook.
They
yeah,
got some,
yeah,
yeah, there's some really fast
really
ones.
fast ones.
Yeah, they got their
It's
stuff
actually pretty
together there.
impressive.
Any desire to try to go to the Super Nationals? I mean, that's like,
We actually tried last year, but I don't know.
It didn't work.
I think we
probably
had
go
too
this
much
year.
going on, but
Thing was,
I think it'd definitely be a really fun experience.
Yeah.
I mean,
They had
might
a-
get our
They had a terrible time this year with all the rain.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
in
miserable.
fact, they didn't get a race, if
Yeah,
I
they
remember
canceled.
right. They
Yeah,
canceled the
they
Sport
canceled.
Compact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did the best they could. They gave everybody's entry fee back, and I don't know what else. Gave them a T-shirt. I mean, what do you do when you get? Yeah, when that's all they could do on that kind of a deal. But
And
yeah,
it's Mother
sad.
Nature. It's way beyond anybody's control. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
Everybody that goes down there says they have a really, really good time. So
yeah,
we look forward to going this year.
yeah. If you've never been, you need to
Racing or not, we'll still
need to
go.
Need to go.
ones, yeah.
It's a good
did you
time.
notice all the cars that come down here from all around, like Nebraska and all that stuff? They're Cavaliers.
Yep, they're running.
Just like yours, right?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
yeah.
And then Ashland, when they went to Hayes for, what was it for? When Ashland took my car?
Fall National.
Fall Nationals.
Nationals.
Yeah.
All national.
How'd you do?
I think she went under a car and bent my front end down.
Oh,
But she was running up there
Yeah,
for a
she
while.
was
She
going.
did very good. Those Cavaliers seem to run a little better than the Neons, but maybe
Are
it's,
they-
maybe it's just the driver.
Are these cars?
Oh.
Are these cars getting hard to find?
Yeah.
Well, if you need one, we have like 10 in our
Yeah.
lot.
We've got
You got
parts.
plenty of spares.
If they need parts, we've got parts. So.
Have you ever thought about maybe doing like a lease thing, like leasing a car? Like if they buy the license or something, come and see you
We
about
might-
driving your car.
We might think about something like that. I know there's a lot of people that want to get into the sport, but they just don't know what to do or
Right.
how to do it. But
Right.
Since Bird Contracting does sponsor the class, we give out all kinds of information, and we'll try to get them in a car.
Maybe do they
Find a
come see
car
you?
or tell them what to look for, or
Yeah.
give them some information to get them started.
Okay.
I think you ought to lease one for a night.
No way.
Oh yeah.
No.
Once you run one, you'll be hooked. I mean, especially if you've never raced before. It's you look at the track and you think, well, this ain't so bad. Anybody can do it. And you get in one of those cars, and it's like, man, you really have to hold on to that steering wheel. You really
Takes
have.
a
I'm
lot
sure
of
when you
thinking,
taking the power steering off of them, and
Yes.
like you say, there's a lot of load on the front tires when they're rolled over in the corner, because you can see them.
Oh yeah, it is dirt
Rolling
track,
over a
but
lot.
you go around those corners and
Yeah.
it's just like running on asphalt.
Yeah, I don't know what keeps the tires on a lot of times.
Front wheel drives, that's a lot of strain on those. I don't think they were made to put them through what we
I don't
what we
think
put
they
'em
were. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
You know, I was just sitting here thinking all the nights I crawled out of mine and came talking to you and you scolded me. I think it would be fun for you to get in a car. Even a sport compact. I'll find you a fire suit.
No.
You probably have an extra one.
Yeah. See, Bird's got one that'll fit you. Your wife's sitting out in the audience
I
going,
hit.
that is not going to happen. I can hear her.
I'd hit one of them big tires.
Yeah,
They move.
they do. They move, and they move actually real easily. A lot easier than you think.
Unless they have water in them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't had that happen. I really don't intend to have that happen.
But, yeah, we've lost a few drivers in the sports compact class. They've either went on to something different or they moved up to a different class, which is great. We've had a lot of new people coming in, a lot of people from out of town, out of state. We welcome them. We need the competition, and we need to keep that car count up.
Well, we also had one lady from Nebraska. It was this kid's mom, and she's like, "I'm so happy we came down here because you guys are the nicest people ever. You're so welcoming," and I was like, it was a really good feeling to have her say that
Get
to
them
us.
to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, "We're coming back just because of that." It's cool.
There's a lot of competition
Somebody's-
in the higher
Just,
Somebody's
just in case he
sneaking
gets
in.
inside the camera. There we go.
He can come.
He can come.
He can come.
Uh-oh.
Hey, come here.
He can go up here.
He can come.
This is an upcoming race car driver.
Gonna fix the car for him,
Who do you
Grandpa?
like?
And he did have his own race car, and he had it on the track. It was a Power Wheels,
How'd he do?
like his mother. Crashed it, wrecked it.
Did he end up on his top?
I like the fun and race car.
You like running race cars?
I like fun and race.
Oh, well,
But-
that's a bull, but okay.
But he didn't end up on his top, right?
Not yet.
Not like Mom.
He's learning.
Okay. Well, it is that time. We've got to take a break here for just a few minutes. We are out of time for this segment. We will be back here in just a few minutes. This has been the Bird Family Racing event. This is correct?
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So we will join you again right after this break. And welcome back to Racetalk Live TV, produced by David Cheveria at the studios of Salina Media Connection. Bobby, if you weren't with us earlier, Bobby was laying in bed the other night because he does.
Last night, in fact.
He does give this show a tremendous amount of thought. We just don't do this from the hip. We'd like to dedicate this show in memory of Kayla Phillips. We lost Kayla Phillips on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, she was interned into her final resting spot on Jerry's dad's birthday. We just want our racing family to keep Kayla and Jerry and Raven in their thoughts.
Yep.
This holiday season.
And
It's
I
a
think
tough
there-
time.
And I think another, sad thing about that whole deal was, if I'm not mistaken, their wedding anniversary was just like a couple days after that also. So, I mean, that was a big shock, and stuff just hit all at once. And
And
Kayla's going to be missed.
Oh yeah, her and Jerry did everything together.
Oh, yeah.
you
They
know,
did.
And always present at the racetracks, and she was always with Jerry,
She
and
was,
it's
She
not
was-
easy.
she was a fun person.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
I was surprised when you called me and told me. I had no clue.
I know.
Bobby and I do a racing TV talk show
Don't get
on the Salina Media Group, and that runs weekly. So once the race season starts again, we get pretty busy.
That'll get me out of another night of bowling.
Is that what you were supposed to be tonight?
No, well, yeah, I was. But this is more fun. than
This is
bowling.
more fun. This is racing.
Exactly.
So now we're joined by Mr. Art Bird again, his wife Anita. Yikes!
We're all A's. It's tough.
They're all A's.
Don't tell
I got it.
I won't tell him. That's something that he gets. That's not much of one.
Amber,
Yes.
Amber, and then the crew chief, Sheldon Abker Bird.
I got
Yeah.
I got a question for Mom and Dad. They're probably going to be the ones to answer this. Where did all of the A's come from?
I had a bright idea that I thought it would be cool if we all had the same initials, and I originally had ANB for him and then AMB for me, but when I found out my third daughter was a girl and not a boy, it kind of threw a wrench in it. So hers is actually not any of ours, it's ARB. So, but I don't know. I thought it would be cool to all be ABs, and here we are.
So is there any more ABs in the family?
Yeah. Well, no,
Boy,
I mean, not
I
for
didn't mean
us,
it
but
that
from your
way.
dad. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
There is an Art Bird Senior.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
that's what I was meaning.
I know what you mean.
Technically, yes.
So, how do you feel about all this racing stuff?
Well,
Tell him the truth.
Yep.
In the beginning.
it's originally it's a lot. It's about a lot that my heart can take sometimes to see them out on the racetrack.
I've stood by her.
Yeah,
I've stood
I mean,
by her
I'm
on
a
the
mess
catwalk.
some days.
Yeah.
And don't ask me to videotape because I would be horrible. I can't, you get sick watching it. But, I mean, it is fun. And what I like about it the most is seeing the kids work together, family time, and the whole, learning stuff as they go too. Changing oil,
Nothing else. They're going to
tires.
learn how to
Yeah,
change tires.
I mean,
and
so,
oil and water in the radiators.
yes.
I hate sitting in stands. I like being in the pit
Yes.
area and that. But when I do end up in the stands, and years ago, I learned one person you do not sit in front of is Cheryl Hardesty. You guys know Cheryl?
We
the
know
name
of
is
her.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do not sit in front of her. You'll end up with black and blue marks all over your back because she will pound you to death. So Anita's not that bad.
I'm not.
She's a lot calmer than Cheryl.
There's been times.
It's different. I mean, when it's weird. It's different when I raced against Ryan. It wasn't so bad. Now that I watch him and I want to be by myself. It's best if I'm by myself to watch. Quit it.
So, also, was it one of you guys' parents, Grandma and Grandpa? I've noticed have been to the races a few times. They were there. I noticed. Yeah.
Well,
So
his
it
mom
kinda-
actually raced back in the day.
Really?
My
She
my
did.
grandpa, Hollis Bird, he used to race. He started out in those old cars, whatever they were.
The jalopies?
The jalopies.
There you go.
And
Gosh, I
started out with those, and then my
Date
mom got
yourself.
into it. And then I did for a while and had my surgeries, and then Amber did, and after that, went downhill.
Well, it was also the cruisers too that you did also.
The Derby.
Oh, you raced cruiser cars?
He did.
Cruisers.
Who'd you race cruisers with?
A couple.
Eric, Bob,
No,
Jabba?
with who?
Jabba?
Oh, who drove with us?
Yes.
Scott Newts
Bill.
Your brother.
and my brother, which ended up on our tops because we were racing car number 44 Double D, and it's always been top heavy. So
I got that.
it was. There was a Lincoln. I mean, it was heavy.
I'm sure it was heavy. So, you started this. What's her number going to be if she gets in the car?
Yeah, drink that water because I know what he's going to say.
I hadn't thought about that. It'll
Well,
be
by looking
something-
here, everything has a 4 in it.
I'll probably go off the grid and do something totally
You
different.
probably would.
I probably will.
I never thought about that yet.
I haven't got
Never
that far.
thought about
Well,
a number, huh?
It might not even have a number.
You know, as I was talking and we were putting the cars away, and we're like, we're just probably gonna wrap it up because Mom wants this done and this done. I'm like, I had that sad feeling that I just wasn't ready to stop.
It's
And-
weird. It's weird because
Yeah.
during the season you kind of get frustrated.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm
Yeah.
done with this. Really,
Yes.
I've had enough.
We're not the only ones that feel that way?
No, then you put it away for like a week, and it's like, ooh, maybe I can do better next year.
It just seems so
I could go
final.
year-round.
And
You
so,
could go you could go year round.
Mm.
It's exhausting with one car, let alone with, 4 and a backup.
Did
Yeah.
you did
Let
you ever
alone-
dream that everybody would be involved in this when you started?
Well, I didn't think they would all be as, energetic and really wanting to do it. But after one sister was doing it, well, then
Kind of lit a fire.
yeah, lit a fire and said,
Yeah.
okay, you're not doing that by yourself. I'm
We're all pretty
beat you."
competitive.
Heated discussions around the dinner table.
We have very exciting dinner table.
well, and it's not even really that. We spend a lot of shop time, at our shop. And sometimes there would be birds flying. I'd come out from the shop into the thing out there, and there
That's
was
the time when you just turn around and you
yeah,
go back
I
inside the
came out and I'm
office.
like, what? Okay, I'm going back inside.
Do you ever get after them, Sheldon?
Oh, occasionally.
Sheldon
He's,
kind of
he's
just,
the calm. He's the calm.
Yeah.
person.
Oh,
He
he's-
really
he's the
is.
mellow
He
one?
keeps
No,
it
there's
together.
no
he just kind of goes back and just sits
And maybe he
like
cusses
waits
and
for
stuff
the.
later on, but he keeps it pretty calm when he's around
Keep a
us.
focus.
Yeah.
So how did you fall into this?
Art was wanting help one time, and he couldn't keep up with the 2 cars he did have.
Yes.
And Mom works with Anita, and so I've always been good with turning wrenches, and
Yes, he is.
I offered to assist for a couple nights helping finish a car so Amber could go race, because I think it was Amber's car that was broke the first time with the head gasket blown. And Art hadn't really tinkered with the heads on a neon, and I've had 2 neons of my own personal drivers that I've tore into before, and so I offered to give a hand, and that
Well,
was
the
where it
rest is
started.
history.
The rest is it.
He did so well on that car, he just went to the next car and the next car and the next car.
2 years now? 3 years.
Never wanted to drive. Never wanted to race one.
Well,
I have to modify their seats to get into. I can fit in Amber's, but my knees in the steering wheel. And I enjoy speed, but I don't like going in circles. I'd much rather just go straight away and hit.
Oh shoot, that's easy.
You're one of them.
well, we also have quads. I
Yeah,
mean,
we have
like
razors
and four wheelers, and so that's kind of open road for us too. Sometimes we'll go different places and just ride.
Oh, Sheldon gets his speed in all right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I got to ask Amber this because I know Allison and probably Austin have probably never done this, but have you ever got mad at another driver and went over and yelled and screamed and hollered? I can see you and Ashlyn doing it.
It actually, probably Ashlyn more than me. It takes a lot for me to get like real upset, and most of the time I understand because I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
But there was just one, and I remember it quite well. It was at Hayes, and every time I go there, I love the track so fast, but my luck is just not good there. And it just seems like every time there's just that one person, and it was like the 5th time it happened, and I just
Same guy? Same person?
I don't know if it was the same person.
Okay.
But I remember this one person very
Okay.
well, and I just couldn't handle it. I literally jumped out of my car and went right over to him. I had to calm down before I really said something.
I thought her dad was a sailor.
but we ended up working it out and everything. But it was pretty frustrating. And Ashlyn, I mean, I don't think she's ever.
Never
I don't
has?
think she has.
She's got into me one time, and that was pretty heated because.
Oh, you guys got into it together?
That was also.
Yeah, in
Hayes.
Hayes,
Sisterly love.
I said, you two act like that again, we're not coming back.
Yeah, who had to separate them, mom or dad?
I was not there.
She
that
wasn't
night.
there. Yeah, it was Sheldon.
Luckily, we had 2 vehicles going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was for something really petty too. Like it wasn't even worth arguing over. But at the time, we were so upset.
Well, I
at each
think
other.
it all involved a car coming home with no door on the driver's side, too. If
I think
remember
Ashlyn thought it was
correctly.
me, but it wasn't because I wasn't even around at the time. Either she was in front of me or I was behind. I really don't know. But she thought it was me, and I like came back and she just wailed into me, and I'm like,
After the race is over?
and then it just
Yeah, after the race.
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
She hit you or your car?
No, she didn't hit me. She just hit me with the sailor words. That's for sure. So.
Somebody's coming to see you. Was that like his 5th or 6th cupcake?
Yeah.
Golly, he's never going to bed.
How old is he?
He's 3. Just turned 3 in October.
And then I got come get out a big one.
I know you got a cupcake.
I didn't understand a word.
I
you
didn't
said.
either. But anyway, the frosting was
Mommy,
good, apparently.
Mommy, these cupcakes.
I know you
They're
can.
her.
Oh, they're her cupcakes.
Yeah, I have my own.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Copa, do you like race cars?
So, I was talking to you a little bit before the show. In your off season from racing, you guys took a little vacation to Florida.
We
for
did.
a family deal.
We did.
That was a pretty cool deal.
Yes. Went to St. Petersburg, Florida, stayed on the Gulf of Mexico in a nice resort. It was beautiful.
Nice.
They were having what they called a cold front, 65 degrees when we got there, and then mid-70s for the next couple days or so. I was fine with that, but the Gulf was a little chilly. It was only 67, but it was fine. The last day that we were there, we went and did some things, and it was good.
Didn't go no racing while you were there.
No, we did not. No, we did not. But when we were leaving, there was a whole group of, well, it was like a bike rally or something.
You guys got it. I mean, Neil Normandin is in the crowd tonight too, and thanks for coming. Thanks everybody for coming, by the way. But Neil's on vacation with his wife in Hawaii and takes a picture of a chick in a bikini.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that
I
one?
remember that story.
So
Yep.
only Neil can pull that off. So you excited to give it a try this year, maybe?
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. I mean, of course I'm going to be nervous. My main thing is I don't want to be the one that's slow around the track, which I will be, I promise. But that's holding up the show for everybody else. So I'm sure I'll get a lot of flags, which I won't have any clue what they are for the most part. I mean, I do, but I don't. But I'll be nervous, but I want to try it at least
Yeah. Got
to
try
say
it.
that I've done it. So, hoping.
I was going to ask you, are you guys NASCAR fans? Do you watch NASCAR at all?
We are. We've actually been to NASCAR races a few times.
Been to what tracks have you been to?
Actually, Kansas City, and we
Okay.
also went to Daytona, Florida one time.
Been to
Just
the
him and I.
500?
Yeah.
That's a cool place.
We were down there for a few days, and we're like, "What are we gonna do?" Well, there happened to be a race that time, so we went. It was fun.
So got favorite drivers?
I think Amber wants to take Danica Patrick's.
Well, if she, yeah,
Well, since she's not driving anymore.
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
I think you have to master the smaller one before you go up to the big cars.
Get the dirt track down first.
Not really. I mean, it's just fun to go and something different.
It's getting to be such young kids
Yes.
going into this sport.
And
And-
a huge amount of money.
And that's what I was going to say. It's kind of sad because it's all about how much money you can bring with you if you can get a good ride or not. And we was talking about tracks, and we didn't get to ask Allison and Austin, but Amber, what kind of track do you prefer? You like them slick, or do you prefer them a little tacky and
I
faster?
prefer, my car anyway prefers them a lot tackier. I don't know,
Tackier?
I feel like I just can hug it tighter when they're tacky, so. I don't know, maybe Ashlyn I think might be different, but
She sounds like she's a little bit smoother driver, so to me, I would think she would like it a little slicker. Yeah, she's over
agreeing.
there shaking
She's
her head. Yeah, yeah. And Austin, he's out babysitting, so we can't ask him.
I
doing a
don't think
fine
he
job,
really
too.
knows the difference, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I've been out there.
He's still
so,
learning.
Yeah.
His goal, as long as he beats one of his sisters,
He's
Still
happy?
going on the track,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Well, next year after you have your experience, we'll have to ask you: do you like them slick or do you like them tacky?
All right.
So have you tried? Have you been in one yet?
No, well, just to move them. I've moved them, but not actually.
I would say she's been out practicing.
Yeah. She's not telling everybody.
I'm getting professional training here. Yeah, right. That's my territory.